Hi, I'm Joa Studholme, Farrow Ball's colour curator, and today we're going to show you some of our most loved colours, tell you the stories behind them and perhaps give you some tips on how to use them. And what a corker we have today. It's setting plaster, one of the most loved colours. This colour came around because I had a very, very small TV room which was being replastered, and my husband and I looked at each other and said, gosh, let's keep it that way. It looks so beautiful. By the time we came home, a helpful painter had whitewashed it. So I sat down that night and recreated this colour. Great thing about setting plaster is that any room that's painted in this colour somehow feels like it's giving you a great big hug. It really embraces you. It's perfect in north-facing rooms because it warms them up. And because it has a little sort of yellow undertone in the pink, it always feels very, very soft. I love using setting plaster in hallways because it just feels so welcoming. In fact, I've used it in my own hallway, half gloss and half flat on the wall. And our creative director, Charlie, has used it here in her kitchen to great effect. And here we can see in greater detail the kitchen I'm sitting in with this gorgeous setting plaster walls painted in modern emulsion and the units the same colour but in modern eggshell. They really complement the exotic green worktops that you see here. This is one of my favourite rooms, and although it was decorated relatively recently, it actually looks like it's been that way forever. The setting plaster was taken up the walls and over the ceiling, just to disguise the fact that the ceiling height was very, very low. And of course, setting plaster doesn't need to be just used on walls. Here it's been used on the trim with light blue, and it's so pretty. Okay, so let's look at some schemes now. Gorgeous setting plaster. Very often I would combine it perhaps with dead salmon, maybe on below the day rail with setting plaster above. Both have that wonderful warmth to them, and I can never resist using Tanner's Brown as a trim colour with setting plaster. Just is the most chic thing on earth. Another scheme with setting plaster, much lighter, would be to use setting plaster on the walls with a pink ground ceiling. Very, very pretty. They work perfectly together, and perhaps then making it a bit more interesting by cardroom green on the trim. I hope I've given you some inspiration on how to use setting plaster. It's just such a winner. So I look forward to seeing it in your homes.